1, 2, 1, 2. And we're back. So now we're gonna, I think the easy part is over. So we have all kinds of information, but now we have to start putting things together through thinking rather than people saying it out loud. And that's the hard part. We'll see what happens. Champagne and right, so broken glasses are effective arrival. So Rodney's arrival saved the archaeological research at the baths. So who's trying to sabotage the baths? Doesn't really make any sense because any sense right now, of course, with the information that we have, because all the people sort of involved were looking for the success, except for Mr. I'll call him Drug Man. Garrow, I think he was called, but I don't remember. Oh, Garrow, right there. So, strange wound. Curved and sharp. What is curved and sharp? A tooth. And that's it. That's really all I can think of that makes sort of any sense. The broken glasses had something to do with Garrow putting them down because he was so hot. And so he was standing at the fire during the time of the murder. And he was sort of the odd man out as well, because he was just following them around rather than sort of being directly involved in any outcomes. Then curved and sharp. The glasses were just cracked, so there's no sort of shard from there. Inside Brazier was the sort of whatever magical incantation he was trying to do. So it's also, we can assume that the murder weapon is either inside one of the grates with the steam coming out, or it was on their person inside. And they also say the door was stuck, but it was also locked, I think. So I guess he meant that he thought that it was stuck or something, but it was actually locked. Sir Gregory wanted to fire Blinkhorn in order to stop the excavation of the Roman baths so that he might open them to the public. Well, these sort of have something to do with each other, but what am I thinking? So he came in to rescue. So Gregory would have been fired. No, Blinkhorn would have been fired if it was not for Sir Rodney's arrival. So it sort of removes a motive really from Blinkhorn. So Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, but at a high cost to his morale. Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney. He was thankful for the possibility of their working together and the chance of learning from him. I will exit just to check the dialogue a little bit, but I think I got this idea more, but I base it on nothing really, just a feeling that remained. So let's look at Blinkhorn. Blinkhorn, specializing in the Roman period. And he lied about... Oh, he said, thanks to Sir Rodney. So he's trying to give us the sort of feeling of his admiration towards him, but it's words, so it's hard to, you shouldn't put much, especially if it's the words of a murderer, you shouldn't put much weight on it. But he is saying that he shared his research with him, so Blinkhorn did. So there's a possibility that, some of their interactions weren't really that great. Secretive. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to see about this one, because he mentioned, the steam being particularly dense, so it was already dense when they went in there. So that means that someone could have been there, and that means, and also there probably isn't a weapon left. Or the weapon is probably either in the grates or then gone with the wind or the murderer. So I'd like to go back and have a look, but we'll see. Silver and broken glasses. So I mean, oh yeah, it does work. So he was at the fire, and he put the glasses down, and he threw the silver in there. An item of silver has been recently melted in the brazier. It has to be at least since the fire was set from the night before, because before that, I would imagine someone would have noticed it. So recently it's a word that sort of haunts me in this game a little bit, because things happen recently, then, it depends on the person saying it. And since I don't know any of these people, then I don't know what recently means. Whoops. Stolen notes. And... I'm not sure these have anything to do with each other. Yeah, they do, but I was thinking maybe not in this sense. Why would Sir Rodney be hiding anything? Could his discovery be the motive for the crime? It could be. Find out where Sir Rodney was several days before his murder and uncover his precious secret. Oh, crap. I keep doing that. Champagne and very liquid blood. It's possible that the ice and the champagne had something to do with the liquid blood, that he actually had a glass of it on him or something. I'm going to click them, but yeah, I assume that that's not going to work. So we're going to end this now, and we're going to find out where he was. I guess I could find out from these people, because they possibly could know about it. Pitkin, he followed them around, but I don't think he followed them around like all the time.
Do you have something?
Right, so
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
not asking them. I need to figure it out some other way.
Mr. Holmes?
Let's Let's head on over to the baths for now, just to have a little look. Maybe the fire is out now that nobody's there. There's no more steam, so we can look into the grates. But I would imagine that there's nothing in there because we would have probably seen it already.
All these events are...
And he won't give us anything. There's nothing under the clothes there.
The grid can...
He's probably fucking hot
The grid cannot be removed.
in his uniform. So he was here. He saw it go from across the room, fly across the room. It was probably here, rather. It's possible that he saw it. He's also on drugs.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Oh, and I sort of missed one thing, or I didn't think about it properly, but let me see. Yeah, so you can just barely see that cubicle there. But, or cubicle, whatever. Indentation. And now I forgot what I was thinking about. It'll come back to me. Oh man, it was something not really crucial, but still important. Oh, the steam, right. So it was particularly steamy because they've been here before, so if I knew how this worked properly, then I would, of course, know that how they make the steam. Where it comes from and so on. But I think we can now assume that the murder weapon is no longer here, which would mean that, let's sort of think about it now. Person comes in the 20 minutes that the guy is gone from the hall. How would he know that the guy is going to leave? Because the reason for sending the letter was very random in a sense. Maybe he had done it a few times. Maybe he knew the guy out there. Maybe the killer is him, but probably not. So flying across the room over here, stab in the eye. He comes in with the key, takes the key, comes in, and then he wouldn't really see someone coming from there, or maybe he would because it's shiny, I don't know. Comes in here, stabs him, and then what happens to the knife or whatever the murder weapon was? And he did say it was gold, so it's probably not a tooth. And then he left, so it could be bronze, which would make more sense. Let me put that down, because a bronze curvy bronze knife makes sort of sense. But also, do we know that he was... Because I didn't really ask anyone whether they saw the champagne, like it was already here, so we don't know where he was, but... Because we shouldn't completely discount the guy, because he's hearing things. He said seeing visions and hearing things, so he might not actually see things, he might just see dreams or something and then hear things. So his... But he has his eyesight is not good either, so I don't know. Let's head on over to the cold room. Just make sure that I have everything here, but I think I do. And because this is sort of outside, I think the person, whoever came here, could have waited here and then left. But it's sort of strange, because if they did, the guy leaving the hall is so random that I'm almost ready to sort of discard an outside actor from this whole situation just because of that. Because there's the telegram was so random, so that a person really wouldn't know that they were going to leave at that moment. So the only way to sort of get in there would be to remain in there for hours. I mean, since before anybody came here, and we know that it's sort of possible to get in there. So let's just write that down, just so that I remember that I won't sort of discard something completely. So could have hidden in Steam since before, was it 6:30 already? Damn. Yeah. I think we can sort of start discarding the idea of an outsider doing things. The key is something that we're going to have to think about, because that's some physical sort of evidence and activity that has happened here. So the key was behind the corpse. And it's just so weird that the door could get locked. And I think he said that there's another key. So I think we asked about the key at the I think I saw it there. I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It disappeared, but I don't know where it is. We have just one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me. So that just makes everything really confusing. But it would mean that. So, all right, so let's go through this just to reenact it. Since there's no loading screens here. So the killer came through from, somewhere from around here. That's sort of impossible, because he would not know that he was going to leave. So he can't be just hanging around there for, that duration. So then the other thing is, they come through the door and they go in like normal. Sit down, have a chat, go in here. The 20 minutes he's gone, how would they still know that that he's gonna leave? The mother had been sick for a while. Did anyone leave the steam while they were here? So he would have to go back out, see that this guy is not here, the little bellboy man, and then take the key, come back here. The doors make noise, so they would hear people coming in and out. He then locks the door, runs in, stabs the guy, then just hangs around, carries on like nothing's happened, Then this guy goes in and sees the body and is like, oh shit. Then they start yelling, they try to get out, they can't. The key is dropped behind the corpse. It's in the blood. Was it there before or after? I don't know. Probably right after the murder. Then they hang around in here until the cops come in, open the door. Where's the curvy murder weapon? The only golden thing anyone had on them was the pen, but we don't know whether he had them on his person here or in the clothing. But out of all the evidence we have now, it was Pink, and whatever his name is, Mr. Pink. He grabs the pen, runs across the room, stabs him, or runs from here, I guess, stabs him, and then just carries on like normal. He has no blood on him. So he has to, wash. He has to wash his hands here. So there's water with the blood. And then he just carries on as normal. But there's no vases or... The steam is there though. But that just takes so much fucking time to do, and it's risky because he stabbed someone with a curvy thingy, bronze or golden curvy thingy in the eyeball, and then nothing happens. Someone could be sending false sort of letters, but it doesn't make sense because the sister would know about the because the sister asked possibly whether she should sell something, or if it was a frame, or if it was someone else sort of sending those telegrams. They would have to know him and his family, and then sort of, I don't know, it just sort of doesn't make sense really. It's too convoluted. But this sort of makes me think that someone washed their hands, and the murderer wouldn't have to wash their hands if... So, why wash your hands if you're going to leave anyway? So... Killer likely in the steam room. Wait, no, what? It's not. G. Newell and Son, Steam Specialist, Seattle, Washington. I mean, might as well look at this, because this is the only thing, if you detach that... Is there like a sharp object in there, which I doubt. We could sort of ask about this, or at least, I'm not sure ask them, but just look at this sort of steam room thing, like where the water's from and stuff. Because I have no evidence right now of really anything except one guy being a little loopy in the head, and he actually saw the murder and the body. So, let me check the evidence. Oh, right. Surroundings building. It points to a location around St. Albans to the north of London. It can be found on the map on Baker Street. That was what I was thinking. Is there's a map there that you can... Like, he says that it could be useful, but he didn't pick it up. Or Sherlock didn't pick it up, so... So let's assume somebody stabs him in the eye. The weapon is gone or missing, but there's and whatever he used to wash his hands is gone. Ice. ice from the champagne. Melt it on the steam and then wash your hands. So ice from the champagne is water. So that sort of makes sense. Still a lot to put together, but...
Now we have two maps.
Oh, what did he say? Alban Hill. It sort of looks like that, but then again, can I rotate it? No. Okay, so it probably has to be exactly this. Really, I'm not seeing anything. So how... Marlborough, Pence Hall, St. Albans. So he is actually looking at St. Albans. Okay, so I was thinking, like, is it the entirety of London or just St. Albans? Why am I having such a hard time with this? Let me put it down. There's like houses, paths. Is that a river? That's a river, not a road. Probably. So I should put the roads together rather than... something else. Victoria Street. Sort of hard time seeing the road. Let's try to look for a sort of a road that goes like that. Oh, here's a river. There it is. Shit.
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
That looks fake. Okay.
What should we do next?
Excuse me? Archaeological field. Trying to see what it says on the bottom. Maybe he'll say it.
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
St. Albans entrance is forbidden. So another dig site in London, Roman ruins. That's Neptune. There must be a separate god for bathhouses in an ocean, I would think. Triclinium. Domum Hadriano. House Hadrian. Roman baths, 1864. So this is another bath site, I would imagine. And it's been abandoned, so maybe figure out why. But everything's totally fucking messy again. That's either he's a very disorganized archaeologist, or then someone's been rummaging around papers, but I would imagine it's just him. Here's the site. Let's look at this stuff first. Followers of Mithras were covert, worshipping more conventional deities such as Juno or Neptune in their everyday lives. Mithras' temples were usually found below the temples of other gods. Mithras' followers often referred to their traditional deities to gain passage to the Mithraeum. The example of the Mithraeum of Dio in France is interesting, as the entrance was located beneath a carved statue of Diana. This entrance was possibly revealed by a clever stone and rope mechanism. Aha, we got it, which may never have been discovered if the water infiltration had not destroyed the mechanism, opening the way down to the Mithraeum. Mithraic temples can be found in Rome, Ostia, Numidia, Dalmatia, Britain, and along the Rhine and Danube frontier, while being somewhat less common in Greece, Egypt, and Syria. Okay, so Mithraeus was, I can't remember because I've been avoiding reading about the Mithraeans for about probably a year now. And that's why I don't remember exactly what the idea was, but it was like a sort of hidden deity, and it was like a cult with followers all around. And I think it was sort of like not a precursor to Christianity, but in a sense, it has some sort of influence on that. That kind of the system of worship and things like that. So what I of course think is that there is a hidden passage in the Roman bath, which leads me to think that it opens up a second actor again, but also it opens up just somebody putting the murder weapon in there. So a hidden passage, and it doesn't have to be big. It can just be like you remove some stone from the, what's the word for that, mosaic, and then we put the knife in there and put it back. So weapon or actor could hide in there.
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Right. So I guess we're looking for a statue of Diana, or just a statue, and see whether there is some sort of hidden passage underneath or something, and how to open it. And then once we figure that out, we'll figure other things out. Also, whoever built the Steam system might have some knowledge about the sort of, well, they renovate the thing. They renovate it and they find it, so the person who knows about it has to be either someone who was watching it, who saw it, or read about it, or knew about it in some sense. Because you don't just know about a Mithraic sort of cult hiding shit. And the empty coconuts that they used to imitate the sound of horses' hooves, another strange ritual for the old gods to keep the evil spirits away. The people, feeling that the dark eye was upon them, would melt their valuables in the fire. Sub-Saharan tribes burned fruits, and the rich Roman families spared no expense melting silver or tin. It is not recorded if such valuable offerings were thrown away with the ashes, or if they were reused at a later date. So I'll also just write down that the Garrow is his name. Words were suspicious because he used a phrase that was sort of strange. Oh, did I actually finish reading that? Yes. Okay. And then the metal cubes are some sort of puzzle. The knife used by Mithras for the Tauroctony, oh right, that makes sense, is originally a curved sacrificial blade of Persian origin. Its curve can be from 5 to 15 degrees. The name is derived from the Persian shamshir, which means sword. This radically curved sword family includes the shamshir, the scimitar, the talwar, the kilij, polwar, and Mongol saber. A myth of the golden knife is the key to the Mithraic mysteries that some describe as an equivalent to the Holy Grail. The golden knife carries a curse that will spill the blood of the unworthy who would dare to touch it. So, I can't write. Because Garrow believes in all kinds of stuff. Then we can sort of we can use that either to tell him that the knife, or show him that the knife is cursed, or then if he knows about that knife and everything and things like that, he's probably not gonna. Might know that it's cursed, and he's probably not gonna pick it up. Unless he is. Let me check one. Or write one more thing down. Intentionally overdosing to seem sort of more. I don't know, give him an aura, but it's really convoluted, really far-fetched. But yeah, I'm not buying that. And that is nothing, it seems. The cult of Mithras was a mysterious religion practiced within the Roman Empire from around the 1st to 4th century AD. The name of the Persian god Mithra, adopted by the Greek as Mithras, was linked with a new and distinctive imagery. Worshippers of Mithras had a complex system of 7 grades of initiation with ritualistic meals. Initiates would meet in the underground temples called Mithrai that were retained in large numbers. The iconic scenes of Mithra show him as being born from a rock and slaughtering a bull. So we have sort of, it's like an ancient Roman had come to life and started murdering. Because there was mention of the other sort of mention of the other sort of ritualistic stuff as well. Yeah, the game really gives you shit. It is a Cyclops.
The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge. Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking.
Doesn't look like a curved, well, curved blade. I guess, yeah, I guess I was thinking maybe curved in the wrong sense, because I was thinking it is curved and not just it has a curve to it. There was a rope and a weight system to sort of open up some type of secret passage. So if we figure out how to open it here, then we'll figure out how to open it there as well, because probably you would want the system to be the same, almost the same for different places. Well, let me look at this just in case no. Gotta click the obvious. I'll go here first and then there and then to the statues. The pits. So one would find a path into an underground thingy.
Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
So if there's an underground sort of room or something, then getting there through pits would probably be a good idea.
I don't need the ropes for now.
Alright, so first I need to figure out where to put them. Ark of Hadrian. There's the bull. Tablinium is like, I don't know, like a writing. Oh, it's like a scriptorium, I think. So what's happening? Oh, it's the same woman, so probably nothing. So the images might not be Gidarium. What was the note, the sign up here? Tablinium. So that's a different one. So obviously there's some sort of thing that somebody's at least trying to get in there, and it looks like somebody's maybe put these things back. This fresco is missing things, but I don't see anything else. Well, skull there, but I don't see any sort of any places to put anything.
This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
Frigidarium. Okay. So I guess this is the frigidarium of this site. And I'm not sure what they use in a frigidarium in a bathhouse, but it's... yeah, it's like the pool area, the bath area itself. So there's like a steam bath and then... or then I don't know if they had actually steam baths or if it's just something
I
they...
can see now.
if it's just something that they added now, because they for sure didn't have like the same type of steam bath as they have here, but
Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
so someone was hiding this, and then they were hiding the actual entrance to the frigidarium. And the frigidarium I would imagine it's like underground, so that would lead us to the room for Mithras.
Construction hooks.
Alright, so we can
Construction hooks.
use a rope and the hook for something. And what is this place called? The temple. What is the Latin word for temple? Hot buns.
Neptune, the god of the sea.
Oh, I only... what? Oh, I thought I can only look at them from the rear.
It is a statue of Minerva.
And these two don't have names.
It is a broken statue of a bull.
So bulls were used in other rituals as well, so it doesn't mean anything by itself. Really. Right. So it's sort of giving us something as well.
The gastrophetes were used with ropes and hooks for sieges. This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
So is that how we're going to get over there? We need a crossbow then. I mean, firing an iron hook with a crossbow is not... It needs like a proper large one.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. This is a
So I guess I need instructions or something, but Dear Lord Blackmore, the manager of the baths, Sir Gregory Pitkin, was quite a nuisance at the start when I arrived. When you stepped in, he became rather more helpful. Occasionally, people of his rank are not well suited to work of such great magnitude. They lack the necessary vision. In a few weeks' time, I hope to bring good news of the Strand Lane baths. I am on the verge of discovering a major archaeological artifact. One that might be used politically by your party to demonstrate that the strength of our ancestors and fulfill the need to protect our empire from any present and future threats. Kind regards, Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. So, sort of political, but then maybe not political. Maybe it's hidden talk. Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin, Hobbes and you consider yourselves as being so smart and funny. I had a good laugh when you froze Miss Durkin's notes about the Arch of Hadrian in the ice. However, our thesis exams are just ahead, and as you are the so-called brain of our improbable duo, of your improbable duo, I have to warn you that my Gastrophides model, the ancient Greek crossbow, and not the medieval device you relieve constipated people, as you might have thought, is not to be touched, or else I'll have to inform Mr. Wormwood about everything you've done these past 2 years. Yes, I ate Hobbes' tuna sandwich. Spittle. Yeah, there's a lot of
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow.
right, so they're really giving it to me now, like.
Gastrophetes were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna probably need instructions so we can get that from we can get that in Baker Street. And I guess we're done here. until we can get more stuff or more information. So I'll just walk through from here.
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site.
Just to make sure that we've sort of seen everything. And that there's no other places to go. And then we'll go to Baker Street to find... We're going to go to Baker Street to find more data on how to build the crossbow. Maybe some Mithraic knowledge. And then we're going to come back. Build a crossbow. I guess we sort of need to recreate the myths in a way where we know that we know who wants to do what, in a sense. Like what, because a knife is, if it's sort of cursed, I want to know who from whose perspective is it cursed, because someone's using it, but using it as a tool, because this is very sort of, using the word convoluted a lot, but it's a convoluted murder in a sense where, you know, things happen for apparently no reason in a sense, but I'm thinking that the reason that everything is done in this way is because someone actually, they're either trying to, of course, frame somebody, or then someone actually sort of believes in this stuff in a sense. But yeah, we'll leave it here, and I will carry on in the next episode. Get more data, shoot some crossbows and shit.